In 1972, Munich hosted the Olympic Games, an event meant to show the world that peace, unity, and togetherness were possible after years of global tension. Families cheered from the stands, athletes smiled during training, and nations came together under one roof. But beneath the celebration, something unexpected was quietly moving closer. Something that would change the Olympics forever. At around 4:30 in the morning, while most of the Olympic village slept, a small group of unidentified individuals approached the village fence. At first glance, they looked like athletes returning late from practice. They climbed over the fence with surprising ease and entered the complex. No alarms, no guards stopping them, just shadows moving silently through the early morning darkness. Their destination was the building that housed the Israeli Olympic team. The world still had no idea what was coming. Moments later, confusion spread through the hallways. There was movement, shouting, and fear as Israeli athletes were confronted inside their rooms. Some tried to escape. Others were taken and held inside the building. By early morning, Munich police confirmed an emergency situation. Members of the Israeli team were being held against their will. News cameras quickly arrived. Viewers around the world watched live as masked figures appeared on balconies, silent, still, and unsettling. What was meant to be a joyful global event suddenly became a moment of worldwide tension. For the next 20 hours, the world watched helplessly. Negotiators tried to calm the situation, hoping for a peaceful outcome. Crowds gathered outside the village, whispering, praying, waiting for any news. Inside the building, time moved painfully slow. The athletes sat together, exhausted and frightened. They didn't know how long they would be held, or what would happen next. Countries paused their celebrations. The Olympic schedule stopped. Broadcasters delivered minute-by-minute updates as millions of people held their breath. Even the sky over Munich felt heavy that day. By nightfall, officials reached a temporary agreement. The captors and the remaining athletes would be moved to a nearby airfield. The hope was to find a safer environment to resolve the crisis. 2 helicopters transported them from the village to Fürstenfeldbruck Air Base. Lights flashed across the landing area. Negotiators waited. Police surrounded the scene from a distance. Everything depended on what would happen in the next few moments, but then confusion took over. Miscommunication, poor planning, unclear instructions. What should have been a controlled rescue attempt quickly collapsed. What happened next remains one of the most tragic moments in Olympic history. The rescue effort failed in the darkness and chaos. And by the end of the night, none of the Israeli athletes survived the ordeal. The games, meant to represent unity and peace, were now marked by sorrow. The next morning, the world was silent. Flags across the Olympic grounds flew at half-mast. Athletes from every country stood together in mourning. Munich 1972 changed global security forever. It reshaped how large events are protected, and it became a painful reminder of how fragile peace can be. Today, memorials stand to honor the 11 Israeli athletes, not for how their lives ended, but for the spirit of unity they brought to the world.